The biggest mistakes that Mark Zuckerberg has ever made. From leaving his account easily hacked to exposing millions of people, Cambridge's analytical privacy scandal, what other issues have the Facebook founder tangled himself with? Right off the bat, let's begin with a heavy one that happened back in 2018. Remember the Cambridge analytical privacy scandal? Facebook announced in April of that year that it would limit the amount of user data that third parties could access. And they better do it, since the Cambridge Analytica privacy issue may have exposed tens of millions more people than initially believed. Because of this, they pledged to limit access to user data by third parties. Of course, they made every effort to find a solution, and among those was the following. All Facebook users will see a notice in their news feeds with a link to a page where they can view the applications they use and the data they have shared with them. Users will have the option to remove any programs they no longer desire. We will notify users whose data may have been shared with Cambridge Analytica. Spoiler alert, this isn't the only privacy issue Facebook faced in recent years. According to Facebook, the majority of the affected users are American. No surprise there. Now, the good thing about this incident is that they also proposed a couple of other security measures. One example is that it limits the information that apps may access about users' events, as well as group information like member lists and content. Then, the option to search for users by providing a phone number or email address is also being eliminated by the company. While this made it easier for people to find friends, Facebook claims that companies that had access to a consumer phone or email list were able to gather profile information in this manner. What's more, Facebook claims that the majority of its 2.2 billion users have at some point had their public profile information scraped by organizations and other hostile actors using this method. Now, this next issue concerning Facebook is a little less serious, but it did compromise Mark Zuckerberg's account. Even if he co-founded Facebook, Mark Zuckerberg is no longer a part of the platform, but he once was. He ran into trouble back in 2013 when a white hat hacker attempted to notify Facebook of a security flaw. Khalil Shriata, a Palestinian developer without a job, made several attempts to notify Facebook's security team of a flaw. After receiving no response, he did the questionably rational thing and used the bug to post a public comment on Facebook CEO Mark Zuckerberg's wall. Between you and me, that's a pretty dumb move though. Plus, the team wasn't too worried since they frequently get reports from people whose English isn't great, which is why they didn't take Shriata's report seriously. You think Facebook would have learned not to mess with its users, but in 2012, Facebook came under fire for using 70,000 unwilling participants. And why did they do it? Well, this is in line with psychological studies to see how users would react when specific terms were removed from their news feeds. Sheryl Sandberg, the chief operating officer of Facebook, apologized and said that it was simply part of the continual product testing that businesses conduct and that it had been miscommunicated. Moving on to the next issue, how could we forget the spread of misleading information during the 2016 US presidential election? Yeah, you bet the platform received harsh criticism for that, and it hit hard, especially when a BuzzFeed investigation revealed that fake news items were more popular than actual news. But just like every privileged white guy, the only thing Mark Zuckerberg had to do was issue an apology and promise that they'll do better. It's impressive how he manages to get away every time. Now, let's continue with what's considered the darkest year of Facebook, 2018. I mean, apart from the Cambridge Analytica scandal, the platform faced a lot more issues that year. In light of revelations that Cambridge Analytica used Facebook data to sway American voters, Mark Zuckerberg testified before Senate committees. Brian Acton, a co-founder of WhatsApp, also started the #DeleteFacebook movement. And you know what's worse? In 2018, we also witnessed how the social network had been utilized by Myanmar's military authorities to encourage the genocide of the Muslim Rohingya minority. The United Nations labeled the situation a textbook example of ethnic cleansing, but the head of Facebook cybersecurity told the New York Times that the company discovered clear and deliberate attempts to covertly spread propaganda that were directly linked to the Myanmar military. Then the following year, the FTC fined Facebook $5 billion for violating users' privacy, which is quite a steep price for a tech company. The $5 billion fine issued on Facebook is the biggest ever levied against a firm for violating customer privacy, and it is over 20 times larger than the biggest privacy or data security fine levied against any company, ever. It is one of the biggest fines the US government has ever imposed for any infraction. In addition, the company was required to comply with new restrictions and a modified corporate structure that will hold the company accountable for the decisions it makes regarding the privacy of its users to resolve charges brought by the Federal Trade Commission. I mean, the company did violate a 2012 FTC order by misleading users regarding their ability to control the privacy of their personal information. Moving forward to this billionaire's next issue, did you know he also tried his hand at crypto? Facebook announced that it would launch Libra, a cryptocurrency. In October 2019, Zuckerberg gave a second testimony to a committee of the House of Representatives regarding the financial effects and regulations of the said cryptocurrency. In a shocking development, the following month, over 4,000 pages of internal Facebook documents were released as a result of a lawsuit brought by an app developer. The documents showed, among other things, how the company planned to track Android users' locations, cut off developer access to data, and considered charging developers for user data access. Told you this wouldn't be the last privacy issue the platform will face. You'd think the platform's issue would end there, but no, it didn't. In the same month, BuzzFeed and Bloomberg reported that Facebook attempted to acquire TikTok's predecessor, Musical.ly, in the second half of 2016. Given Mark Zuckerberg's recent criticisms of the Chinese app, the company's interest in the app with a Chinese location has been called into question. Then came the new year, with Facebook facing a brand new issue. In January 2020, Facebook announced that it would stop fact-checking political advertisements on its websites, allowing candidates to submit materials that might be false. As the election approached, obviously, it wasn't promising. In accordance with the company's policy of exempting notable figures from content rules, Zuckerberg has stated that he will not remove a post by then-President Donald Trump that read, "When the looting starts, the shooting starts." Many people weren't pleased with his choice, and as a result, advertisers on Facebook are boycotting because of the move. It didn't end there. The Facebook co-founder continues to be embroiled in one controversy after another. In July 2020, Zuckerberg will appear in a highly anticipated congressional antitrust hearing alongside the heads of Amazon, Apple, and Google, a subsidiary of Alphabet. The four corporations are subsequently determined by lawmakers to be monopolies that require regulation. In September 2020, Facebook data scientist turned whistleblower Sophie Zhang came forward. She claimed that the corporation had failed to prevent political interference by foreign governments, and as a result, she would subsequently testify about her allegations before UK MPs in 2021. With that, Mark Zuckerberg has made the biggest mistake of his career.